Hey, high-level users, Ray O'Daniel here. This is a little bit of a different video here. We're not going to be specifically talking about a high-level feature, but what we're going to be talking about is a tool that can be used in conjunction with high-level that could really help make your business better. And that's called Google Search Console. Now, people have probably heard of Google Search Console, but believe it or not, very few people actually implement this. Before we get started, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button. I really hope you enjoy this video because this is a very important tool that you will need to know if you have a functioning website or even a website with a blog, because this right here is really going to let you know what problems you have, the statistics regarding your website, just any particular configuration issues, and then more specifically, is there any particular problem of why Google maybe is not indexing your website or your blog or your page. If Google can't index it, then people can't see it. They can't search for it, and it cannot be found within Google. That's very important, especially if you have a blog, because I do run a blog myself at rayodaniel.com. I've spent a lot of time in here looking at the Google Search Console, making sure that each one of my blog articles are properly indexed, making sure the keywords get identified correctly. We have videos on here, making sure the videos there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. So I really wanted to create a video for those people that are doing high level, because if you do have a website specifically using the blogging feature inside of high level, or even if you're using the hosted WordPress function inside of high level, that also has the capability of having a blog. This is very relevant to that. So, excuse me, not just for you, but for all of your clients too, because as the expert, as the agency, you may very well be called in by your client to help them, because they may have a website, or they might have a blog, or they might have something that is just not working correctly. People aren't able to access it. There's something weird about it. Well, how do you begin diagnosing and troubleshooting that? Setting up Google Search Console is a very easy way of gathering data regarding your client stuff, and it can be done. It's another like one line item on the onboarding process for your client, is making sure you take the same Google account that is connected to their high level that they use for all of their integrations, taking that same Google account and then opening up a search console, setting up their website, setting up their funnel, setting up all the URLs inside of the client's configuration that would need to be monitored, setting all that up so that Google can start gathering data. Doing that from day one is going to be very impressive, because then if you have monthly meetings with your clients, or you want to give them some sort of report over how well they're progressing on the high level system, you can show them the search console. You can kind of generate reports. You can show them, hey, look how many visitors you got. Look at your increase. We're at a 10% increase from last month, things like that. But you wouldn't be able to do that unless you initially set up Google Search Console and Google Analytics. See my other video that I have on my channel regarding analytics and how to get that set up inside of high level. But the Search Console really doesn't have anything directly to integrate with high level or your website. Once you get it set up here inside of Google, it will maintain the statistics themselves, unlike Google Analytics that has a little bit of code that you have to copy and paste inside of your funnels and websites. So now that I've said that and just showed you the importance of why you would want to set up Google Search Console and get Analytics and Search Console set up right from the very beginning and include that as part of your onboarding process, let's take a look at the Google Search Console and just take a look at some of the things that you can do. So right now, you can just go to Google and just do Search Console. It'll pop up with a screen like this. If you don't have an account, you can just click on the Start Now button. I'm going to click on it, but I already have an account, so it's going to take me directly into my account. So here you can start to see some of the statistics that regarding my website, my blog site, rayodaniel.com. One of the nice things about this tool too is you can sit back and use this nice cool feature. If you ever come into Google, you can always find out what parts of your website have been indexed already by Google by using the site colon function inside of your Chrome browser. So if you just go to site colon, notice I have rayodaniel.com. You can put whatever you want in there. Just put whatever your website, whatever your subdomain is. You just have to give it a full, you don't have to put HTTPS, just the domain name. So we're going to do this. And what this does is this tells Google to say, go to the go to the index and pull all the files back regarding rayodaniel.com that are currently being indexed. So right now, if you ever want to see, is a page being indexed? Is a blog article being indexed? Or is a page not listed, or is it listed on Google? You can simply type this feature in, take a look at it with your client, and you can even teach your client to do this as well. So you can sit back and scroll and just look at all of the blog articles and things like that you have. And this is where you would sit back and just keep going on and on. But you can sit back and look at, okay, well, I don't see this page. This particular blog article that we just published isn't working. It isn't working very well. So right now it might be, let's just take this one right here. This one's already working here, but I'm going to click on this link. So this is a blog article. Let's just say this one is not indexed. So if you find from the site settings that the thing is not listed, you can always come back in here to your overview and do what they call a URL inspection. So when you come here, you can just simply paste whatever link you want to find out, is this thing being indexed, and just hit enter. Now, if it is, what Google will do is it will give you, green check marks or no check marks if you're being indexed. Now, this might take just a little bit, but what it's going to do is going to go through and search to see, do we have that URL indexed properly in Google? Now, if you take a look at this, yes, URL is on Google, green check mark. Page is being indexed. There's a video, one video index being found. So we do have a video on this page that connects to our YouTube channel. Things like that. So those are some things that are very important that if you don't know why, you can actually put this in. Now, I don't have this. I'm just going to show you. I don't have an example of a page that's not being indexed right now. But if this popped up and this was not a green check mark, it would just say, it would give you another message. You would sit back and come over here and click on this request indexing button. And what that means is that it would say request indexing. It would start going out and spinning. You have to do a little bit of CAPTCHA validation of picking some things. And then you submit that particular article or submit that page to Google that says, please go out and index this. And now that puts that in the queue for Google to go out and index and make sure that will then show up. So the next time you go to your site domain name, now, you might give it a few days or it might even be a week or two. I don't know Google's schedule and how they prioritize it, but you will start putting that in the queue. So Google will send its bots out to go in there and do that. Now, the one thing that's very important, I will have to let you know, this is kind of geeky and techie, but depending upon your website, if you have the no index, like if you're using WordPress specifically, WordPress, you can actually have a checkbox on the page that says no index. If that's the case, then that Google will not index that page, even if you submit it here, because it has the tag no index on it, which means you're telling Google not to go through and index that particular page on your website. So that's something you have to check on. It's something you have to purposely check. Most of them, like in WordPress and even in Highlevel, those are already set to be indexed directly, but there is a possibility that somebody set it for that, in which case you need to make sure of that and uncheck that and then check index to make sure it's a part of the index. Now, when it becomes a part of the index, your website then creates what they call a sitemap. Okay, a sitemap file is a little file that resides on your website that has a listing of all the pages, all the blog articles, all the categories, everything regarding your website is inside of that file. And that sitemap file is what Google uses to go through and crawl all the different pages. Now, if you wanted to, you can come over here to look at this. Once you create this and add this particular domain to your Google Search Console, you can come over here to Sitemaps. You will see in this, if you don't have a sitemap listed, you can specify what the URL is of the sitemap, but creating a sitemap is very important. Now, Highlevel does this automatically. You don't need to worry about it. Most website tools do it automatically. I know WordPress does. So whenever it does it, there's a standard sitemap-index XML file. Now, if you notice, the success is set for this. There are 76 pages and 37 videos on here. So that right there is very important that gets configured inside of your Search Console. And what will happen is when you come here to the overview, Google will actually let you know some of the problems that you have. Pages that are indexed, like 32 pages that are not indexed, 27 index pages, and it'll just show you some experiences, maybe with performance issues on your site from mobile to desktop view, you can actually look at that. So there's a lot of stuff inside of the Search Console, but the biggest thing I want you to do is at least be able to sit back and find out, well, first of all, get Search Console configured, then be able to use the site function to see what's being indexed compared to what needs to be indexed, verify that the sitemaps are found, and then once you do that, compare that against the sitemap file to see, is everything in my site being indexed? Are the blog articles being indexed? Because until they're indexed, they can't be searched when you do Google and you search for it. So you can look at your performance. I'm not going to make this an all-inclusive one, but you could take a look at your total clicks. You could take a look at your impressions, meaning when did your link actually show up on a page but nobody clicked on it. So that means the page actually got rendered and showed up as a possible option for somebody. There's a lot of great information for this that you can get out of this. So anyway, I hope you found this useful. Just as some basic information as an agency or even as a consultant for your clients to be able to get this set up as soon as possible, because this is pretty cool, pretty impressive that you can start generating and using these reports when you're talking to your clients to show improvements to their website or to their particular funnel. So I hope you appreciated the video. If you did, subscribe to my channel, give me a comment. Let me know if there's any questions that you have. I'm here to help you in any way I can. If you are looking to sign up for Highlevel, please use my link below. I do have a lot of bonuses, snapshots, onboarding courses that I offer people, and I also offer my own support to do the best I can to help you out. So thank you so much and have a great day, guys. Hey, if you're interested in learning more about Highlevel, click on the link below regarding my free Highlevel course. It goes over everything that you need to do to get your account created, get it set up, and get it going in about 2 days. I also, if you sign up with Highlevel with me, I do offer a snapshot as well as a client onboarding course that can be used by your client or even used to train your own team to do client onboarding. I want to thank you so much again and have a great day.